we're recording the first video of our 2008 trip, and we are climbing through the mountains east of Salt Lake City on Interstate 80. As you can see, it says exit 141 Jeremy Ranch. We got a good view through the bug-spattered windshield, and typical picture here of Adams picking his nose driving. A little boy, David, was on the trip with the snowshoe. Yes. And Davey says there sure are a lot of tall churches here. I only have 6 minutes on this video because it's not charged up enough, but I wanted to get a picture of us on our second day of our trip. See, there are trees already changing colors over there. Look at the orange trees. So we're going to be leaving Utah within the next hour or so and entering Wyoming. Looking through the tinted window over there, Davey.
Yeah, I know, it sucks. I can't get a good shot.
Should be sitting up here. Next time we stop, we'll trade places.
Park City.
Park City. Remember Marvin used to own the... Marvin used to have that timeshare in Park City.
This is Sundance, isn't it? This is
That's where Sundance is. Film Festival is in Park City.
Is it here, this town? Yeah.
Slightly that way. This is probably Kimball Junction here. Park City is to the south.
Spencer Kimball was the president.
Park City's more than the ski slopes. It's where the Olympics were in Park City. Yeah, a few years ago. 2000, was it? Taking a little video of this body of water that we aren't quite sure what it is, but it's somewhere before we get to the Wyoming border in Utah.
Tell people that you
There's
went to
the freeway
Salt
up
Lake.
there.
You can tell them this is the Salt Lake.
It's the mini Salt Lake.
No, I'm going to take a beach
It's the Salt River.
We'll know it's a Salt Lake.
Lake.
Oh my God. Hey, look it. Take it.
I know. Show off. Port of entry. This would be Wyoming right here, but I didn't see the sign that said entering Wyoming. Huh? Okay. So anyway, we're leaving Utah and we're getting ready to come into Wyoming if we haven't already done so. And there's Davey. Davey is multitasking, driving and taking pictures, scaring Mom to death. Looks like some signs up here.
There we
Right
go.
there. Right there.
Wyoming what?
Wyoming local. There we go. The Legal Tender Restaurant. We're going to be stopping in 4 miles to get something to eat. But we haven't had breakfast yet. Just cinnamon rolls and horrible stale donuts at the hotel in Cedar City. JB's. We've eaten at JB's before. We're in the High Plains. We're drifting. We're the High Plains drifters.
Yeah, how red that building is.
So they can
Let's all
see
go
it.
to the red barn.
Yeah, so they can find it in the snow.
There's the next 3 exits. Which one do you want me to get off on?
I'd say the middle.
The middle?
Yeah.
This is not a business. I don't think it's that big of a business.
No.
I can't hear anything you're saying.
This one's fine. It's a business loop.
Let's go downtown.
Hey, Little America.
Historic downtown, right there. What does it say?
Riverwalk, exit 5.
Yellowstone is cheap. Which exit is this?
I don't know.
3, I think. Yeah. I gotta go. Exit 5,
Exit
right?
5.
Fireworks. Why would we get a train? That's a huge dumping.
Yeah, but that's
Liquor
not.
and fireworks. That's like
Yeah.
the worst combination.
Yeah. So you can get drunk and blow yourself up.
It's a firework.
That looks like an old fireworks building that burned. This is what happens when you mix liquor and fireworks. Ferry Inn.
Alright, this is exit 5. Fireworks room.
Front Street. Front Street, you know, is like the old town. Well, I gotta get my shoes on so I can get out of the car when we stop. I'm walking out to something that's way out here in this field.
A marker dedicated to a marker.
Yeah,
On this spot.
on this spot we planted a marker.
The first marker I erected ever.
The grave of Thornburg the dog. Well, you wanted to see it, Dave. Here it is.
You know, when I saw that sign, I said, I would love to see that dog.
It's a dog? It's a real dog? Or it's a dude
This
that they called
picture
the
is
dog?
there.
It was a dog. It was a survivor wagon train that burned during the battle and grew up as a military camp follower. Eventually, he ended up at Fort Bridger.
Is it
Look
a
at it.
picture?
There he is in the picture.
Where the hell is the dog?
Right there. The
Oh,
guy's got
yeah.
his arm around him. His master made it all the way to Salt Lake City.
And he's in an unmarked grave.
Yeah.
That's funny, isn't it? The dog's grave. Well, we got to see the dog's grave. Well, let's go home. You've seen it.
I've seen it.
Arrow points to your present location. Here's where we are right here.
This is where we are.
We are here, so those, Jesus Christ. So those buildings, is that what that is?
I guess.
I mean, obviously all the buildings
Yeah.
are not here anymore.
That's right. There's the flagpole. So there's the flagpole there.
So,
I got 1 minute left, and then this thing's gonna die because.
Hey, the laundress's quarters. Are you the laundress at the house?
Yeah.
Then you would have quarters here.
Okay, we're at Fort Bridger State Historic Site and Museum in Fort Bridger, Wyoming. We already lost Dave because he went over there to get there before us. The museum is closed, but they told us that we could walk around and look inside windows and stuff. We just couldn't go inside. There's some old looking buildings.
Gotta put some money in there, so.
Oh yeah?
I don't know if I have it.
It's
You have
like
any money?
some. I have some. How much do you want?
Well, it says two. I got it. It says $2 a piece for non-residents.
That's us.
$6. Right?
There's your stockade, Davey. Your palisade. It's a short little,
Just put it in here, I guess.
I guess.
It says, just put it in. I'm not going to fill out all this shit. They got
Okay.
stuff to fill
All
out
right.
on it. I just put the $6 in. And
Let's see what this marker is. I guess I can go down here. There's Davey. There's Jim Bridger's trading post. I wonder if Jim is still over there trading. Fort Bridger, established in 1858 as a military post, also as a Pony Express station on the old Oregon Trail. Well, we finally made it to Independence Rock. We drove past it once, and then we stopped at a market, and they told us that we passed it 21 miles ago. I was disappointed. Dave didn't want to go back.
Where's Davey?
He's taking pictures somewhere. So Davey drove.
You can't go up to the rock, right?
We can go down there.
Is there a walkway?
I believe there is.
I mean, I thought this was going to be like the other place. Oh. But it's not, right?
I don't know. This is as
Well-
close as I've been to it.
Obviously, you can't cut your name into that like you cut your name
It doesn't
into
look
other
like it.
places.
Doesn't look like the same kind of rock either.
At all. So I thought it was.
Well, here we are. Obviously, this is a little bit different because it's granite. They said there's very few names left. They probably couldn't etch them in quite as deeply as in Register Cliff. But it's worth seeing. It's a national monument. There's the sign for the Oregon-California Trails. I wonder if they have anything embedded in the ground the way they do over by Fort Laramie. We needed a nice walk today anyway. Oh, an interpretive sign. Centennial Acre. We're now at the base of Independence Rock. What's that? What you looking for?
Looking for the easiest way up.
Oh, you're gonna go all the way up?
Yeah. I can.
As long as you don't fall down.
Yeah, well, you're going to be on your knees for some of this, but you're not going to be standing up.
I'm not going to stand up. I can lean forward.
Okay, there's our mountain man.
Just don't lean back. Jeez.
Alright, let me get a little. Holy shit.
So how are you gonna come back down? Slide down on your butt?
I don't know.
Yeah, you don't know.
This is getting tiring.
I'll bet.
Well, you don't have anything. You don't have anything to drink either.
What?
You don't have any water. Yeah, it'd be easy enough to walk up it. I'm wondering walking down. Jesus.
You're not gonna follow him up there?
Nope.
Neither am I.
How's it look, Davey?
That's something I would expect Stevie to do, not Davey.
How's it look? Looks
Pretty
like you're on the moon. Well, you better look for an easy way down. Looks like a hip would probably go out.
Huh?
My hip would go out. He's still doing it. You should get back here and get a better picture of him. Got a picture? You got a good picture of him?
I got video of him. I'm gonna take a still picture now. I don't know why I'm video recording this. I just can't believe that Davey's actually doing this. He's sliding down a...
Shit.
Slow, don't go after it, let it go. You ain't gonna
Ah,
get
there
it.
goes the batteries.
You ain't gonna get it.
God damn it.
Well, the batteries are on their way down. We'll get them.
We'll get them all.
Yeah, if it's not broken.
I don't think it'll be broken.
Rather have your camera than you.
Yeah, there's one battery that didn't make it. I don't know where the hell it is. But this looks all right.
It's not cracked or nothing?
Oh, this might, yeah, it's got this little door or something on the side.
The battery door.
I don't know, what is this? What is it?
I don't know. It's
the
the
memory
bat.
card?
Yeah, it's the door that covers the memory card is
Is
broken.
the memory card in there?
Yes.
Yeah. You're okay.
Looks like Renee's gonna have to sew the seat of your pants too.
What?
Renee's gonna have to sew the seat of your pants.
Yeah, really.
I don't know where the other battery is.
I have it.
Oh, you
have
got
it?
it? Oh, you grabbed it?
It's right there.
Where?
On his way down, he
Oh,
passed
you
it.
got Okay.
The other battery's in here. You just... What?
So, turn around. Let's see your pants. Oh, they're still there.
They're still there. You have a hole in them, but you probably had that to
Oh,
be.
right up on the
Here?
top.
No, the other side.
Up on the top, on the other side.
Here?
There and there.
Here?
Yes.
This is new then.
Huh.
The other one on the top was
Okay, what was it like? What did it feel like?
hard.
Hard. Okay, I'm turning it off. Say halfway to where?
Lodge grass is 32. It's about half.
We're almost into Montana. We should be getting to the border pretty soon.
Promise change. Whereas Robert in Michigan, Joe Biden says McCain doesn't get it. Doesn't understand the economic hardships of the people. Let's see. Biden is a Democrat, and the Democrats are running the Congress. Who doesn't get what? Well, we're not getting much in the way of representation in Washington, D.C., but I assure you Wall Street, corporate America, and special interests are doing just fine. We'll have more of your thoughts here later in the broadcast. Up next, the federal government taking unprecedented action to support our financial system and our economy. Is it nationalization? Will it help?
Northern Wyoming. North of Saranac. How many more miles to the border?
If other symptoms caused by hormonal imbalance, you no longer have to resort to risky hormone replacement therapies. Now there's clinically proven Harper, with just 2 tiny capsules a day. You can enjoy brighter mood, sound sleep, better sex, lose weight, and a positive energy to do the things you love. Now available for a free trial and your discovered by published clinical studies, and is guaranteed to work. To learn more about this exciting new
On the part of Senator Obama.
Got 3 miles to go to the border, and we've got lots and lots of cattle up on the hill. Quite the gate. Did you use up all your video time on the little video camera, Davey? How much space does it take up if you put it on my computer?
I'm not sure. Damn it, my camera is still super up. It's like it's too bright or something.
Probably, because I'm getting a glare with this camera.
Well, I used to go across Montana years ago. There was no speed limit.
Here it looks okay, well, kinda.
Yeah, because the light is glaring off the front window.
I think it's just the screen is screwy.
Well, I'm glad that it was your camera that went tumbling down that rock instead of you.
Instead of you or the other thing. Shit.
You can always buy a new camera.
I don't have money to buy a new camera.
Maybe you
Why are you
get
gonna
it for
place
Christmas.
this one? Christmas, we got 28 days left on our trip. You think I need one in 3 months? I need one for the trip.
Well, maybe we can get another one.
Give you an early
Yeah.
Christmas present.
Picking it up now. I just want to get a sign, a picture of the sign. That's it.
Uh-oh.
I'm trying to pick up.
Running
What
out
is
of...
that, apples or something like that? I saw miles and miles of Wyoming. All I want to do is get out of here.
Is there a sign coming up?
There it
All
is.
right, here we go. Here's the sign. We're entering Montana.
Montana.
I'm going to get a picture.
There's the Montana sign.
We are coming right in. There we are in Montana.
Welcome.
We're on the cruel.
Well, I'm recording something I'm zooming in on. Maybe we can see what it is. Except the more I zoom, the more unsteady my hand seems to be. So I'm going to zoom back out. This is from Custer's last stand, the
This
monument.
is the last custard stand, I think,
Yes.
where you can actually get custard right
Yeah.
around here.
I guess the timer went off.
Look at, there's the horse cemetery.
Yeah.
There's Monument Hill. I've only got 4 minutes left on this, but that should
Only
be
4
okay.
minutes left on there too. Got to transfer into the laptop.
I thought you had it
I
plugged in.
tried to last night, but for some reason it kept screwing up.
Oh. There's the horse cemetery.
Yeah. Well, go to the Indian thing. You want it?
Yeah, let's go down to the Indian.
We'll go check on that.
Yeah.
Checking out the horse.
Yeah. We're
Shop for
no, you don't look at it.
Well, we're walking down the trail here towards the Indian Memorial at
I don't think you want to make that walk.
Little Bighorn Battlefield Park.
No.
We can make the drive.
It was interesting to go there and to drive and to walk, but I'm going to tell you something. It was more interesting seeing the movies being up here.
You know, that was a different movie than we saw when we were here before. Remember, we were in a bigger theater and it was a...
It looked like they had a schedule of different things they showed. Like
Yeah, well, that guy is making I guess you can go on a tour with them. They speak, and you can go on a tour with those guys. I think you pay extra for it or something.
I like the movie we saw before better. This one was kind of confusing. They were trying to get too much into...
Well, you know what I like? They mention the Indians in this.
They did on the other one too.
Did they?
Yes.
Look at here.
Closed hand and limber bones.
See? Now, they never used to say this, defending the Cheyenne way of life. They would say, that they were all the bad shit Indians. But I think that's interesting. Look at the third one down on the right.
Third one down on the right.
Yeah, chased by owls.
Long
bear.
dog. Long dog was there.
Look at that.
Oh.
It's amazing.
Well, here we are at the Reno Benteen battle site. And there's Dave walking up the path. That's odd. They hyphenated the word troops after the letters TR. Looks like troops. Did you see that?
What's that?
Look at the way they hyphenated the word troops.
Yeah. Funny, isn't it?
Wow. Davey's trying to make room on his little camera to videotape some more stuff. He had to stick it on my computer.
Oh.
I'm going to walk down this little short path here so I can get a view down of the Little Bighorn River. Like Dave mentioned earlier, I guess if you're going to die, what a beautiful view for your last one. Here's where they found the bodies of some Indian scouts and Indians. Reno's skirmish line, right here. Timber fight. And then we're stuck in the trees that are right down there. Little whirlwind marker. Indian Scout, interpretive guide. Retreat crossing, which is right down there in between those two hills. I wonder if Davey's still not. Yeah, there he is. There he is. I guess he got his little mini video camera downloaded onto the laptop so he could make room for some more pictures. And there's Dave leaning up against the car. That was a 5-mile winding drive from the park headquarters and Custer's Last Stand hillside. But it seemed like an awfully long 5 miles. I'm sure it seemed like even longer 132 years ago.
Those companies' employees
driving to Devil's Tower. There it is, moving right there.
According to the Center for Responsive Politics, AIG contributions to federal candidates and committees amounted to nearly $10 million since 1990. This year, even with the company's financial troubles, AIG
I wonder where the flying saucer landed.
$646,000. The Bear Stearns, the total was just over $1 million. Fannie Mae, $1.1 million in campaign contributions.
Yes, they do. Yeah, they do.
A good investment to give campaign contributions to members of Congress in particular, and especially key committees that have jurisdiction over their issues. In this way, they've been able to
See out the window, we got so many bugs on it.
That has been discussed but not passed for many, many years. Senate Banking Committee Chairman Chris Dodd received the most from AIG, followed by Senator Charles Schumer, another committee member. Presidential contenders John McCain and Barack Obama also received generous AIG contributions. But now the mood in Washington is shifting. Lawmakers say Wall Street has had its way for a long time, and enough is enough. Now, these Wall Street firms know how to play the game. When Republicans were in control of Congress, they received more in campaign contributions. Then when Democrats took over, the numbers shifted, and suddenly Democrats were receiving more from the employees and PACs of these corporate giants. And these numbers are just the campaign contributions. That doesn't include millions spent on lobbying for the companies themselves.
Yeah, really. Like they chopped the tree off and that's a stump.
We will have more on the financial crisis, also the impact on our middle class. We'll have that ahead. Also, Senator Obama and McCain last together on who should be fired for their role in this crisis. We'll have complete coverage on that. Also,
I mailed something from that post office last time we were here. I can't remember who I mailed it to, what it was. Here we are, right almost at the base of the Devil's Tower. We never got into the park before because Dave didn't have the Golden Age pass.
What happened?
Huh?
We had to pay?
No, we didn't pay to come in the other time. We stayed down where we stopped the car. That's as far as we went before. This is the first time we've actually been this close. Let's try to zoom in and see where's those people that are walking up there. I hope they're on their way down because it's going to be dark.
Yeah, they're climbing up.
What are you going to do? Camp at the top tonight?
I don't know, maybe. I think you
There's somebody else that's over there right next to us. I lost it in my viewfinder here. There we
I
go.
see 3 people up there.
I see a guy in a brown shirt. There's those people there, and then there's a guy in a brown shirt in like one of those ridges.
For 9 o'clock in the morning.
What are the ridges? Where? Like how far up?
How the hell? You mean can they go up to the top that way?
I don't know.
Look at the
Trying to
guy.
get the
Looks like
birds. You
he's-
can't even. There's the birds.
The guy looks like he's kind of. He's walking down fast, or he's swinging. Or what the hell is he doing?
Oh,
One of
he's
the guys
swinging.
he's probably rappelling down. The other people are going up.
Can't believe that.
That's where you can go and register if you want to climb, right in there. Look, there's a little red ribbon tied to that tree. I wonder if somebody was leaving a trail. Still a few people down here. But definitely the interest is in watching the climbers.
Yeah, look at it. How can you climb?
Here we are, we just left our hallway. Let me go film this. This is where we're staying, down this hallway, the last door on the right. And Davey, is sleeping off partying last night. And there's the stairs to go down to the lobby. And, whoops, wrong way. We're at the Franklin Hotel. Because Bullock was booked up.
What's that? I had it turned off, yeah.
But these are all, so you get the plumbing, right?
Yep. Yeah, in between each one of the rooms.
Good. Look at this.
Yep. They're working on the plumbing. And we're on the second floor, but since it's on a hillside, we are walking right out to where we're parked. There's the school next door. What?
I don't have the key to this yet.
No? Why?
I don't know. I'm worried about my son's running for head.
There's the library. That's what we see out our windows, the back of the library.
Where were we here? We were up here.
There's the elementary school right next door to the hotel. We walked up that street right there. I'm going to stop filming right now because I think walking up this hill is about all I can do.
Now we met that lady. Was that?
Well, we just walked up in the hill and then down Centennial Street to these steps that go down into the rooftop of the parking garage. And right there, the Bullock, I believe. No, it says Ayers Block, so I'm kind of confused there. So we're going down the steps in the parking garage to the street level below.
They said it never hit 100 this year.
Yeah.
That's what they told me.
So they had a cool summer. Well, when we were here the summer before this past summer, remember we were freezing.
Oh, yeah. Well, when we were here with Stevie that one day,
That's what I was saying. We had to wear our coats and we couldn't even walk.
Oh, you mean last? You can always park here, I guess, or whatever you need.
It's city parking. I think there's a fee in there,
Here?
isn't there?
Isn't it? I think so. Anybody can park here, is it?
Well, there's somebody there with a cash register.
Okay. And I guess who is it? Trent Dave in there?
Yeah.
Trent Dave.
Oh.
Got his haircut.
Yep, it is the Bullock. I'm going to go over there and use the restroom. Oops.
That's where I want to go. I'm a celebrity.
That's right. You can go in the celebrity hotel. There's the Deadwood trolley.
I'm a celebrity with celerity.
Yep.
The air is blocked. Why does it say 1895 like that?
I don't know. Maybe Ayers bought it or something. I don't know.
Usually that's how they built it.
They're doing some work on the buildings up there.
There isn't any place to get an oil change in town, is there?
I don't know. You'd have to ask.
Go do it.
There's Stevie's favorite place and now Davey's.
That's right.
We're walking up the stairs, which is a shortcut to get to the cemetery. Shortcut, but just as exhilarating. We came down from the street, down near Bullock Express in the City Hall. We're almost there. Here we come. We will continue this once we get to the cemetery. And here we are walking up Mount Moriah Drive after taking the stairs. There's Davey, with Dad taking his time. And you can see the hills, the water tanks on it. What's left of the Homestake mine up there.
Where? It's hot.
Over there.
That big building?
Yeah. That one building that's down below you can't see from here that we walked past, that was the older part of the mine. And we're continuing walking up the hill.
A lot of Jewish names.
We are at the Franklin's grave. Oh, Davey getting dressed.
I tied my pants.
Look at
go
it
up.
was somebody brought here. So
I'm going to the top.
Yeah, yes. Somebody brought stones, which is what you put on a Jewish grave.
Stones on the Jewish grave?
Yeah. Didn't you remember at the end of Schindler's List?
Never saw Schindler's List.
You did? You never saw Schindler's List? Oh my gosh, that must have been before you started going to all the movies.
Yeah.
are we going all the way up?
I am.
We'll
Oh,
try
I guess I'll go up too.
We'll try it.
Yeah, last time we were up there, you thought you were going to stay.
But I'm no chickie boy, remember?
Yeah. Okay, we're going to go up.
How far is it?
750 feet.
It's 2:25 on Friday, September the 19th, and we made it up to Seth Bullock's grave.
Not without dying.
Yes, we made it up there and we're still alive, even though some of us
Or less alive.
are less alive.
Some are less alive than others.
Yeah. But Davey made it up in flip-flops. And poor Seth wanted to be buried all the way up here so he could see the Teddy Roosevelt Memorial he had built.
Where is it?
You can't even see it for the trees. It's right across on the opposite mountaintop.
Cut them damn trees down.
Yeah,
What are you, some kind of tree hugger?
that's right. A tree hugger. Let's see if I can walk over here.
I don't know how you can go up without drinking. I was thirsty. I am thirsty.
Well, I'm gonna drink when I go down, that's for sure. Well, now we've all met up here. Everybody in the family. I have to give Stevie a call. You have my phone.
Did you buy them at the
A
store?
bottle of Corona's that, at least.
$4 for that? Yeah, that wasn't bad, no. I thought that the draft beer was expensive.
Well, that's because it's, it's not imported, but it's like those micro.
It was probably cheaper for the Budweiser.
Yeah.
You'd
Well,
have
they
been
didn't have any domestic beers on tap that weren't light. So.
Yeah. All they had was the one.
Well, that's Sam Adams. I hate Sam Adams. They had Miller Lite, which I hate Miller Lite. And then they had the.
I like
two
Miller
Hefeweizen.
Lite.
Huh?
I like Miller Lite.
I hate light beer.
You know, if I just suddenly went like this, I bet you I'd get down there quicker.
You would. You would.
But the other place, I just got Guinness.
You just got what?
I got Guinness.
Oh.
That was like $4 a pop.
So
Was
that
it in the
wasn't-
bottle or draft?
It's for a can.
Oh.
But they're the big pint cans.
Give me a pint of Guinness.
A point. As you want a point. Of Guinness. Guinness. Those kids, that guy, he said his great-grandfather was here, and they were all their great-grandfathers, and they didn't know anything about them. You know, to them, it's just their great-grandfather.
Yeah.
Like all those people lived here like their whole lives. It was weird.
Did they ask you about California? Or?
No, the bartender girl, she lived in San Diego or something for a while.
Oh, she did?
Long Beach. That's what Long Beach.
And she came back?
Well, she said she lived in
I think I better put the camera away so I catch myself if I fall.
California and Portland or something.
Are
And
you?
then she came back.
Viewers that are watching us over there. Huh, she's eating. Let's see if I can zoom in on him. There they are. Hi, dears. Oh, he says, I'd love to have my picture taken. Hi. We're getting ready to walk down the hill from the cemetery. And I don't know if one of those is the same deer that I just saw in the front yard of this house that went running up into those hills, but then they came back around behind the garage.
2 deer. There's 2 deer in that front yard.
Yeah, I think that one with the long tail is the same one. Well, they both have long tails.
Hope they don't come attack us then. It's funny.
They're probably used to seeing people around if they're in the neighborhood. Are you going to cross the street? You can go ahead and cross the street. It's all right. We won't stop you.
Wish I would have kept recording.
I did. All done. Well, here we are at Mount Rushmore. Davey's taking pictures before we even get inside. And it's Saturday, September the 20th. 3 days before Stevie's birthday. And there are quite a few people here, but Not like we saw when we were here in our previous trips in June and July.
The National Memorial?
Yes,
To what?
to the presidents.
That was a monument.
It is.
A monument and
But the whole, yeah, because they have lots of other stuff. Mount Rushmore is seen through the flags of the 50 states and the American territories. Whoops, wrong zoom. We just ate in the cafe, which is where they filmed Alfred Hitchcock's North by Northwest. A little bit of lunch. I'm waiting for Dave and Davey to come out of the restroom. I can get a little better angle. There, straight down. That's where we came in. Here we are in Mitchell, South Dakota on Sunday, September 21st. And we're at the intersection of Main Street and 7th Avenue. And this is the South Dakota famous Corn Palace, which they're having the Polka Festival. It's right next to City Hall. And it's covered with grasses and corn cobs. We can hear some of the polka
Across the
music.
street.
Yeah, maybe I'll cross the street to get a better picture here in a minute.
Go across, walk down here and come back.
Yep.
Costs money to go in there. That's something? World's only corn festival.
I bet it is.
Yeah, I don't imagine there's any more. Yeah, let's cross the street.
And now we're across the street, walking in front of the Corn Palace. I think they're thinking ahead there, 2009. Palace gift shop across the street here. Now we're going back to the car. Davey stayed in the van because he said that his stomach would start bothering him if he walked around. He's got more stomach problems.
That's what we can get for the new baby, Olivia. Look at that little thing. It says the
Princess is in.
Yeah.
Pensacola Theater where they can do Actors Call. Rainmaker is coming up. There's less than a minute left on this disc.
You do every day for both your job and
No, we're getting ready to leave South Dakota after
where do you see these
3
30-second and
days,
60-second spots? Because here,
and we're almost in Minnesota.
This is where we went with Stevie that time.
Yeah, we went across this border just so Stevie could say that he'd been to Minnesota. But now we're actually going to drive at least halfway across. And we've got some pretty strong winds. So that's why Davey decided he didn't want to drive. He's sitting in the back reading his book. We're almost in Minnesota. I see at the top of the hill the Minnesota sign. It's easy to see
We went
because
to the
it's
one
a
on
shape
the
of
other
Minnesota.
side.
Yeah, because we didn't see this one. We went to the one on the other side where we had made a U-turn and came back.
Right back. Stevie wanted to go into Minnesota, so that's what we did. There it is.
Minnesota. There was a maid at the motel last night that talked like that.
I guess
There we
this is
go.
right here.
Right there. We're in Minnesota. Maybe we'll see Jesse Ventura.
But we got off up here, remember?
Yep. Okay, we got windmills. I bet they're generating a lot of power today.
Oh, yeah. Well, what does this say here then?
Minnesota.
Is this the line
1858.
here? Exit 1.
It doesn't look too much different from the last couple hundred miles in South Dakota.
Everybody's got the same looking silos sticking out all over the right.
This is where we got
That's
off with
because they're
Stevie.
either selling or storing. Pioneer Farm.
Selling or storing? Bins full yet? Reckon so. I don't think that's
it for
on
now.
the tape.
We just left Minnesota and it said welcome to Iowa. I didn't get the camera turned on in time, but we just entered Iowa. We're headed towards Clear Lake.
It looks all different.
Yeah, it looks totally different. I think there's one or two trees more, that's it. Elvis Presley. So, what's this sign say up here? It's silos and smokestacks. Really? Not like we've seen a few silos already. We just stopped for gas in Albert Lee, Minnesota. That's about 10 miles back, So I'll turn this back on when we get to Clear Lake. There we are coming into Clear Lake, Iowa. We've already been through it once, looking for the Surf Ballroom. Now we're coming in from the west. And we're still looking for the Surf Ballroom. And probably on Buddy Holly Lane, which we passed. But like Dave said, why else would they name it Buddy Holly? Because the Surf Ballroom was the last place that Buddy, the Big Bopper, and Richie Valens played before their plane went down. So, Davey's sleeping in the back. So if we find it, we'll try to wake him up. Actually, there's a huge lake over there. That's probably why everything is so green around here. So many trees.
Clear Lake.
So we'll see what we see and turn it back on once something interesting comes on. Oh, we just turned on Buddy Holly Place. See the sign over there that says Buddy Holly?
Buddy Holly Place, man.
So I don't know if we're going to see Buddy or not. Haha.
What is that?
I don't know, it looks like a gymnasium. I don't know.
Well, I think we've done what we're going to do.
Shore Drive, Buddy Holly Place.
I think we've done it. This is it.
Watch.
Is he turning? Yeah.
Place Buddy Holly played before they took off from the Clear Lake Airport and crashed and died. Look at, there's their monument right there.
They actually crashed.
Huh? I don't know. I can't
Probably in
remember.
some fucking field somewhere.
Wait, I want to get a picture of the
well,
thing.
why don't we park the car?
Okay.
You can get 90 pictures of it.
Surf Ballroom.
Funny that they still have it here.
Parking lot for surf, is that?
That's okay. That's where we're going.
Oh, we'll go right here. That's right. It's not open.
No.
Go right.
The Surf Ballroom.
Not a very big place. Thought it would be bigger. Surf Ballroom, Clear Lake, Iowa. They'll nat us at the surf. Surfside 6 Cafe. And here's the memory of rock and roll legends and pilot Roger Peterson. The above legends played their last concert at the Surf Ballroom in Clear Lake, Iowa on February 2nd, 1959. Their earthly life tragically ended in a plane crash 5.2 miles northwest of the Mason City Airport. February 3rd, 1959. The music lives on. Donated by Daryl Hine family, manager of the Surf Ballroom. And it's Richie Valens, Buddy Holly, J.D. Richardson, the Big Bobber.
Then you got to be careful when you drive through when you walk through the black section. And I was like, oh, this guy was smarter than everybody. He said something dumb like that.
Is he the guy that had the McCain sticker
No,
in the
it was
window, or the other guy?
Yeah.
We're still in Wisconsin, but barely. Here's the point of beginning.
Yeah, we're right at the beginning of Wisconsin.
Yeah.
So this is the beginning of Wisconsin. And right over there is Illinois. You can shine your thing on Illinois so that when we get back in, you don't have to... Hey, there's the sign.
Yeah, it's blocked by a street sign here. Whoops.
Welcome to Illinois, the land of Lincoln.
There we go. Lots of cornfields around here. It's Monday morning, September the 22nd, the day before Stevie's birthday. And the point of beginning. Hazel Green. You are here. Right here. You are here.
The post and mound he erected were obliterated by fence and power line construction. Everything is surveyed from this point.
Making
Hazel Green was once called Hard Scrabble.
hard scrabble.
Called what?
Hard
It's
Scrabble.
called Hard Scrabble.
I
like
saw
that better.
I saw a road or something that said hard scrabble road or a building or something.
Many of the first men are simply dug, like the animal, the badger. I bet you that's what that is.
I don't know. Badgers are bigger than that, I think.
Okay.
Yeah, badgers are much bigger than a gopher.
Yeah.
That's how it got called the Badger State.
Yeah. Well, we're going to head into Illinois and drive over across the state through Chicago and into Ohio.
The global perspective from the world's information leaders. XM News. Everything, all the time.
Well, it looks like we probably are in Indiana, but I don't know when we cross the border. Ah, here's the sign. Here's the sign. You're going to miss it because the truck's in the way. Right there, Indiana. Welcome to Indiana, Crossroads of America. Right there. Crossed into Indiana. West Illinois. We didn't spend quite as long in Illinois as we spent in South Dakota. We managed to miss Chicago too while we were at it.
Incident when the car rammed into the crowd of soldiers. One of the soldiers managed to shoot and kill the driver. Now, we spoke to Mickey Rosenfeld, the spokesman for Jerusalem Police, who said that they're unaware of the precise identity of the driver. His fingerprints are in here.
Well, we just got off of Interstate 80-90, the toll road that goes through northern Indiana. And since we're only a couple miles from the Michigan border, we got off the highway and we're going to go north into Michigan. And then we'll drive a couple miles east and come back down and catch the toll road again. But now here we are at the toll booth. He's trying to get the money.
3.
You have that card, right?
4. Here's the card.
Watch for attendance.
Hey, how's it going?
Pretty good. How about you?
Well, I'm doing good for an old guy, you know?
Alrighty.
Let me get all this stuff here. There's the $4 anyplace.
Okay.
Okay, kiddo?
Alright. Now need a quarter.
Oh,
That's
quarter?
$4.25?
$4.25.
Get one out of there.
I already grabbed all that stuff.
You grabbed all the money?
Yes. I wouldn't put my son in there.
Wiener.
It said on the card $4.
It's funny looking quarter.
Well, it's close enough, right?
Thanks. You guys have a
See you later.
Bye-bye.
That's what the card said $4.
Inflation. Since you got on the freeway.
She's ripping us off.
I'll tell you. Okay, Middlebury. Now, wait a minute. What are we looking for?
I don't know.
We're going north.
You going left? I'm disoriented.
Constantine is north. Middlebury is in the state, so go to Constantine.
Oh, so this is it here. Yeah, you're right. You're right. We went around this way.
Essen House.
Yeah, Constantine.
I want to eat there.
That's where you eat.
Das Dutchman Essen House.
Essen House.
It's an Amish restaurant.
2 miles north. Right there.
Probably can't get a beer there.
Essen House.
Huh?
Probably can't get a beer there.
I don't know.
It's a...
There's 2 miles. There's the country table. 2 miles north. Breakfast and
If it's an Amish restaurant, does that mean that they don't use any electricity? That they just cook everything on a wood stove?
yeah, everything's done right. How much is the gas here?
3.
Are we in Michigan yet?
3 and
I'm going to buy it here. It's cheap.
3.
83.
363.
for the super after a rebate.
Are we even in Michigan yet?
No, we're almost there though.
You're stopping at a green light.
Yes, I am.
Tobacco town. I smell the tobacco.
Where the hell are we?
We're almost there, I think.
Oh, that's right.
We're going up, yeah. We gotta go up a couple miles, then we enter the. See right there, that's the sign.
There it is.
Alright, here we go. We're entering Michigan, and there's the fireworks store.
There's the last fireworks store.
Great Lakes, great times.
Great Lakes, great times.
Are we gonna have a great time while we're in here?
Yeah, of a stateside, I think. There we go, we're in Michigan. For a few. Wasn't Richard born in Michigan? Where is he? Where's his dad? There. Where was Richard born? Tucson?
Richard was born in Tucson.
How unfortunate. They've had these signs in every state for like the past 4 states.
Do the same things. But they want to, you're in a different state.
I feel like we're doing like a wave all of a sudden.
Here's
Let's see, so you go to Constantine, and then we go on the 12th.
make a right as soon as it comes to street. You haven't come to it yet, buddy. 2 miles ahead.
Yeah, Highway 12, that's where we turn.
Yeah.
And we'll go this way and it's there.
It's so much different than Indiana.
So much, yes.
Well, this is a
It actually is a little bit colder.
It's because the sun is going down.
Yes, it is.
Yeah, but I mean, it's colder now than it was just a minute ago. I mean, if it's the fields or what.
Hotel room's $29.95, right at the lake.
Look at they got a little smoke signal.
If you want to eat here, we can eat here.
Whatever. If you want to eat and see your show, you better do it soon.
Yeah, I know.
What's that?
If you want to eat and then watch this show, better. It'll be on some station, I'm sure. Let me see how close we are and everything here. God damn it.
What are we coming into here? White Pigeon River, White Pigeon Village Limit.
Not a town, or a city, but a village. Mennonite church.
I don't need this. Bigfoot. How much is that gas up there?
I have a feeling we're going to have a lot of Mennonites and Amish people around
It's
here.
a Mennonite anymore.
How much is it?
They're very close to the Amish.
65, I can't.
There's the 12.
Huh? 385 for unleaded. That's some gas there.
It's cheaper than that last one.
Yeah, but it was in another state. It was in Indiana. I wanted to buy something here.
He's willing to pay more
That wasn't
to
that
go
much.
into
How
Michigan.
much was it? And that said after the rebate or some fucking thing. Beer cave. A chance to win $1 million.
We just got kicked off the air because of profanity, so
Who did?
you did.
Oh, you got me right by the nuts on that. I have no idea.
Here we are in Cleveland, Ohio. Having spent last night in Toledo. And we're on our way to the Rock and Roll Museum, which is on the Shore Drive, whatever street it is. It's right on the lake.
Will this be a shore drive? Will there be an exit? Or
I don't know if that's what they
heads
call it.
downtown, keep right. That's what you want, right?
That's
You
where
don't
we
wanna
gotta go.
stay
We have to go to the lakefront.
Well, yeah, but let's 71 ends downtown.
Right, and that means that we're almost to the lakefront, since it's on the other side of those buildings. And what is that old tall building?
I don't know what the name of it is, but there was a tall building that was one of the 10 tallest buildings in the world when I was a kid. And that looks like it's probably it.
Well, now it's not the tallest.
No, it isn't even the tallest here.
As millions of homeowners have fallen into default and securities backed by these mortgages have
I wonder where the Cleveland Clinic is.
deep cracks in the foundation.
That's where your dad was,
That's
right?
where my dad got diagnosed with multiple sclerosis back in 1950. Look at the industry down there.
71 East 9th Street? What about that?
I don't know what street it would be. It doesn't say. It just to the whatever goes to the
East
Lake
9th Street
Lake Road is where we're going to end up. Lake Road.
Okay. Ontario
Broadway sounds good.
Street? Well, it might sound good, but I don't know if I can get over there. Oh, I know I can't get over there.
That's where the Cleveland Indians play.
But I'm going to get, you want East 9th Street?
That sounds
Ontario
okay.
Street. Which one of these you want?
Sounds good. It
East
probably.
9th Street, next right.
Let's go East 9th Street. See, there's no numbers on
South.
it. No, we don't want to go south.
Well, you don't have much choice, do you? Southeast 9th Street.
That's the Cleveland Indian Stadium, which.
All right. Look on the map and see where the stadium is in comparison to the Rock and Roll Museum.
Okay.
That will help us. Here's Erie. That's why.
Okay, we are on 9th Street, Rock and Roll Boulevard in Cleveland. And finally figured out on the map that this street takes us right to the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. This is the city that Jerry Springer used to be the mayor of, right?
Cincinnati.
Oh.
Oh, shit.
Look at it. It says Davey on that truck right there.
Hey,
Davey.
Your very own truck.
Davey since 1880.
Since 1880, you've been known as Davey. Here we are in Cleveland. Here we are.
Here's the Phoenix Coffee. I think they would have left that in Phoenix.
Cleveland, Ohio. Look at that lake down there. Is that a big lake or is that a big lake, huh? Let's see. Rock and Roll
church.
Hall of Fame.
Oh, it's noon. No, it's 11:45.
It's time to shine. Look at that church.
That's what I was taking a picture of. 11:45. On Tuesday, Stevie's birthday.
Are you going to call Stevie up?
From the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame.
You got to give him the cool for the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame.
St. John's Cathedral, Roman Catholic.
St. John's Cathedral. Okay, almost there at St. Clair. I think it's to the left, huh?
I think it is.
All right,
Go to look like on the map. Lake Erie.
Okay, right now. Is that it over there?
Probably.
Yeah, that's it. I can tell it.
Straight then, right? Yeah, I believe it is.
Oops, I'm running out of tape, so I guess I better shut it off. I got 5 minutes. Yes. We're at the Rock and Roll Museum. And here in the decorative front driveway is a speaker. Maybe. And there's Lake Erie. And here's the museum. And there's some guitars in the window. And we're going in, even though I know it's going to be too expensive. And Dave's going to flip out when he finds out how much it costs. But here we go. Okay, Dave and Davey are inside the museum, and I'm just chilling, hanging out in the front courtyard with Cleveland all around. I went to the gift shop. I got Stevie a shirt and some guitar picks. I got guitar picks for Steven Bobson. Some for Richard Holland's head, because I think he'll like those. And there's Lake Erie. And we have another hour and 23 minutes left on the meter. And I'm sure there's lots of things to see inside, so I don't mind just hanging out. Waiting for them to come back out again.
Pennsylvania.
Okay, well there we go. Pennsylvania welcomes you. State of Independence.
Damn picture. Damn it.
What?
God damn it, I didn't get a picture. This stupid camera wouldn't take a picture.
I thought we had like 8 miles
I got
to go.
one at the pillar because I was holding the camera out and it took the picture when I brought it back in. And then the other one is at the dashboard.
You did get the other one, right?
God damn it.
Well, I got it on the video camera. You can just take a picture of my picture.
That would have been the best one of all.
Somehow we were closer to the Pennsylvania border.
While flashing. Look at that. I wonder what message they have.
Well, it's not flashing, so we'll never know.
It's ridiculous. We actually stopped and sat there and I couldn't get a picture. It's ridiculous. This camera is a piece of shit.
Well, it's because it got damaged. Watch for stopped vehicles, like us when we stopped to take the picture. Well, 20 miles from Erie. So I will hang on to get to Erie.
Critical.
Let's get this.
Welcome to New York.
Welcome to New York.
The Empire State.
And then a bug hit me in the face.
It's the Empire State, not the Inland Empire State. We're in Chautauqua County. We can go to a Chautauqua tent show.
And we're going to see Lucy.
Lucy. Lucy, where are you? We didn't do any sightseeing in Erie. Just eat a couple hot dogs. Dave had a chicken salad sandwich, and Davey had a buffalo chicken wing wrap. This is about as west. How big of a town is it? How big of a town is it? I think that there will be directions all over the place. Huh?
Yeah, I can take a minute before we get there.
On Interstate 86. I just ran out of...
That's a big bull.
Look at
That's a
that.
Daddy! I like the one across the street because it is for sale.
Yeah, it's for sale.
It looks like a business. It's got all kinds of...
It probably is. You could turn it back into a house.
We are in Jamestown, New York, the home of
Jimmy's
Lucy.
Jimmy's Town.
Lucy!
Okay. Now what is this?
This is the YWCA.
What street we looking for? Third?
Get that church.
Third.
Okay, this is
a great
fourth.
looking church right there. Come on, get that church.
St. Luke's Episcopal.
That is a great looking church.
It says make a right on Third. I hope it's not one-way street. Oh, look at there's Lucy and Desi hanging from the wall up there.
Where?
Up there in the little
On the
banners
building.
On the building up there. Yeah, these old houses.
Oh, Lucy. You've got a lot of explaining to do. Whoa. Just ran right across there. Paper bag exchange right in there.
Is it today?
Right here? There's got to be third.
Spot.
I guess so.
This is
It's
third.
not one way, is it?
I don't think so. Nope. We're in a lot of trouble. Okay,
And it's
now,
with, let's see, says it's a block down.
There's the Lucy Museum right
That's
there.
it.
Oh, so that isn't in her house.
No, I guess it isn't.
These spots, or?
I probably can. I don't know if I can. Let me see. Maybe I can get in this one. If I can just pull in, I'll be a lot further
Yeah.
ahead. Let me see. No stopping anytime. Let's see. Think I can do it?
Yeah, sure.
Drive on the curb.
No, that's what I had to do. Ooh.
We're just turning on Stewart Street.
Yeah.
Let's see here. Look for a brown home on the right, 69 Stewart.
Okay.
Remember, this is the one where she was born. These people probably get sick of all the tourists.
69.
I don't see any numbers. There's 93, 89.
The brown house is down here on the right. It's got the flag out.
This is Lucy's street where she was born, not where she grew up.
Yeah,
Her
that's
dad
the
died.
house. There's somebody's on the.
Her dad died when she was little of typhoid.
There it is.
They got a flag up there.
Do you want to take a picture?
Yeah, I want to take a picture.
Welcome. It says probably not that happy. Everybody.
I'll go across the street and take a
Oh,
picture.
you want me to park?
Yeah.
Well, it's kind of on a.
Here we are at Mount Hope Cemetery. We didn't really know that we were going to be coming here Monday, September 29th, but we went across the street.
Are we looking for a white?
We're looking for Richie. Strong Memorial Hospital to visit Dave's Aunt Margaret, who had a heart attack, and we realized we were right across the street from Mount Hope Cemetery. Well, there's a lot of whites out here. Mortimer White we just passed. So we were looking for the, boy, they're face one way and then they face another. We're looking for the Richies. Huh? Well, then what I'll have to do is look at the list and see who else is buried around him. I don't know if he gave me a list for both.
But it's here. It's in this one over here, right?
I look for Spriggs, Callaway, Lyon, well, I think we're getting too close to the end here. Let's see, 292. Maybe it's the next row over. Maybe we're on 291 and we should be down this row over here. Well, it's graves number 106 and 107, so you're too far out towards the street. It's in the middle. This is a huge, huge cemetery. There's Tahoe. Is that like Nick Tahoe? Well, I haven't gone on the other side yet. I don't know why they face one direction, then they face the other direction. I'll get on this side. Boy, it's getting cold out here. I'm reading the ones facing me. There's Bosun, almost Bobson. I'm going to turn this off till we find the grave. It's too hard to walk and read. Well, quite a surprise here. We found, according to the list right here, where the Richies, Margaret and John, are buried in plots 106 and 107. But after Nora Jones, there should be a Calloway, then John Ritchie, then Margaret Ritchie, and then there's 2 other people before the next stone. So for some reason, they have no headstones. Even though Dave says they remember them talking about ordering a headstone. So,
This is terrible.
but this would be where it is, right about here.
Everybody's got a headstone. Well, not everybody, but most of them got a headstone.
Okay, well, here we are. Dave's talking on the phone again, and we
Anyways,
found where
yeah, don't
the
play
grave
nothing
would
for
be.
us.
There would be
Maybe
Katie,
tomorrow, and I'll go out
and 3 graves over would be Vivian, the baby,
and
Uncle Bill's
I
twin
appreciate
sister,
that. I would like to.
Uncle
I'd like
Bill
to spend
Ritchie's
time
twin
with you guys.
sister,
You know, I always like to spend time.
who died
And
when
so
she
I
was
told
born.
my
Because
aunt
that next
that
one
we'd
down
go
there is
someplace else,
Mullet.
you know. And we'll be
So
over
now we
there
just have to
probably-
find Johnny, and
we'll give you a
we'll go
buzz
back
if
and
we're
look.
too late. I don't think we'll be too late. You know, I mean,
Well, we finally found the area where Johnny was buried. There's the Frasers. Then there would be somebody named Auer or Omer or something.
so these folks are over here,
And next
right?
that would be Clemens Smith, which is the plot that Johnny Ritchie Jr. was buried in.
Wee Johnny.
And none of the Ritchies have markers. So that's sad. How sad. Yeah. Yes. Grandma's oldest brother. And here we are. Did you see where oh, I know Frederick Douglass is on the road where we came in.
Yeah, so Susan B. Anthony's up there too.
Oh,
Not on the same area.
yeah. And that's the hospital that Dave was born in. Right over there. Strong Memorial.
See this guy?
I'm also, yeah?
He had a restaurant.
Oh yeah?
And we used to know these young chicks. She was about 16, 17.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
I'm
maybe
going
she
to run
wasn't
out of the
maybe
battery
16.
so we won't be able to hear the end of this story.
She was always saying,
Here we are at John Brown's farm in New York, and we've just parked next to John Brown's John. So Dave is going to check out that first of all. Whoops. And of course he dropped his papers on the ground. Now that I've picked that up, I can resume my taping. And here's Davey. And that is the ski jump lift from the Winter Olympics of 1980. Obviously, John Brown never would have imagined that being here when he was growing up.
Jeez.
It's very cold right now. It's probably in the mid to low 40s as the sun is going down. And this place closed at 5, and as keeping with all of our tradition, we got here after it closed, because heaven forbid we should ever get somewhere before they close so that we could actually go in. Look at it, he's got his mailbox. It says John Brown Farm. See?
Did you lock it?
Yes.
Yeah, it was Kansas he went to.
Yeah.
That he moved
my
here
battery's
to assist
almost dead.
Free blacks.
Oh, it's cold.
Well, we're freezing, but Davey is determined that he was going to absorb as much as he could of this place. John Brown's house, and his farm, and the gravesite. And so Davey's taking as many pictures as he can before his batteries die, because this one's almost done too. There's the gate to the grave. His grave. And they actually have his headstone in glass over there to keep it from the weather. I can't even read what it says on that.
I can't really read it either. It probably talks to
We're in Westport on Lake Champlain, and right on the other side of that building and those trees is the lake.
That's what made that debate a memorable one. You're absolutely right on this point. Never before in my career of doing this is my sixth presidential election. I have emails just today from about a half dozen McCain voters to say, I need to see that she's a potential president.
Already 6:41 Eastern Time. We're getting ready for the big vice presidential debate tonight at 9. I hope we have a room by then. We can listen to it, but I'd really like to see.
I assume she will not. I assume she'll do just fine. But if she does,
we should be crossing the lake pretty soon into Vermont.
So she's going to be seen as pro-Democrat. She'll bend over backwards.
There's the lake out there, Lake Champlain.
When Eiffel is a friend of mine.
The Victorian lady.
She will be fair.
I remember when I read Harper Marx's biography or autobiography. He talked about Alexander Wolcott and the round table there from the Astor Hotel. They used to come up to Wolcott's summer home. It was on Lake Champlain.
Debate of them all, so he knows how to do it. He knows this business. All right, guys, we're not going anywhere because we're going to be watching this. And I don't know about you guys. I do know about you guys. We're all really excited. Just as
my battery's about to go again. Okay, we are in Crown Point, New York, getting ready to cross the bridge into Vermont. And I guess this is either Lake Champlain, or it's some kind of a river. I got night vision, but I don't know how to turn it on in the dark. So we ought to be seeing a sign pretty soon that we're in Vermont.
It's going to be cold for a second. I wish I could see the friggin' Lake Champlain better.
I wish I could see to turn on the night vision. I can't even remember where the dot.
Here we go. This might be the sign. This is the sign right here. I gotta try to get it.
Welcome to Vermont. I got it.
Yeah, it lit up.
I saw your. You did light it up because it lit it up for my camera when it went off. Okay, now we're in Vermont. We can just get 125, I think. Here we are at Woodstock. In the village of Woodstock, which isn't exactly where the festival was, but they certainly have been making money off of it ever since. And it's Saturday, October 4th. We're getting ready to leave New Jersey, the land of the cheap, they pump it for you gasoline. The cheapest we saw was what, $3.15? That was pretty cheap. In Raritan. And now we've got a toll bridge, 75 cents. Do you have the money? I got. I'll get money out of my purse there. Easy gas accepted. There's 25, 50, 50. Where is it? Did I get more? Hang on.
Guilty. Count 2. Conspiracy to commit kidnapping.
It's right there beside you. It's going to fall on the floor.
Guilty.
I can't. I already gave it to you.
While in possession of a deadly weapon. Guilty. Shock initially and then just simply dejected there. O.J. Simpson's
I'm
response.
getting that on the video. On the audio part of the video, I'm getting the O.J. Simpson was finally convicted of something 13 years after he was acquitted.
Google.
Whatever the hell it is you're doing.
Last year in Las Vegas.
Using of navigation.
Attorneys do plan to appeal, and many of you have very strong opinions about this guilty verdict. Our reporter says.
Google's being used on the internet.
Yeah, Google's something different.
And kind of shifting through all of them, and
So we're in Pennsylvania right now, right? Just crossed the Delaware, much easier than George Washington crossed it. Up there with the radio on the floor.
Alright, find destination.
I haven't seen the sign yet that said "Welcome to Pennsylvania."
I saw it right there, didn't it?
Did it? I didn't see it.
I didn't see it.
King of Prussia.
Are you Googling it, Davey?
I'm Googling. Pennsylvania.
I might say to take this.
Oh, wait. Is this it? Coming up here? No.
It says
No
buckle
signs.
up.
Buckle up. And that might be a sign.
Yeah, that's not a very big sign. Yeah, welcome to
Keep
Pennsylvania. Oh, keep Pennsylvania.
I guess that's our welcome.
Yeah.
Welcome to our state. Don't pollute it.
CA soccer.
It tells us to go US 202 south for 2 miles. Then you take Yoke Road to Edison Furlong Road to PA 611 to I-276.
Just tell me as we go.
All right, we're on our way to King of Prussia.
76.
Next 15 minutes.
Well, we jumped from Woodstock to Valley Forge. We're now at George Washington's campgrounds.
George Washington tubs. My grandmother used to say that, George Washington tubs.
And we're going to go see what we can see. It's Sunday, October 5th.
This
This
is
is
the
where the Continental Army encampment.
Soldiers'
Soldiers' huts.
That'd be a nice little place to live.
They have a little campfire going.
What's wrong with that? Yeah. Bus parking.
No heat, but
Father and I went down to camp along with Captain Good. And I was walking by and that little Asian girl said, "I like your shirt." First she said, "I like your t-shirt." I said, "I don't have one on." She said, "I mean your shirt." And I talked to her. And her name was Heather Storm or something. I don't know what the fuck. You know, she was, she looked like she was Japanese or something.
there's more of the Continental Army encampment.
This would be, what the hell?
Maine. As goes Maine, so goes the nation.
Directed by the state of Maine in 1907.
1907. They got here too late for the fight.
As goes Maine, that's a little late.
In 1907, you're going to be in a different situation.
It's probably a nice bike ride, but it's like 25 bucks.
You could bring your own bike.
If you happen to bring one across the country, we did.
Yeah.
When we were in New York, there was these guys that were from France, and they had their bikes on top of their car. Remember that?
No.
Foreigners
They were parked right next to us in the parking lot.
Which parking lot? We've been so many places.
When we were in New York City
Oh,
last year.
okay.
Remember that?
Not really, but I remember what you're
They
talking
had
about. Where
bikes
we were.
on top of the car. And I said, "Don't you think somebody will steal them?"
And they were like, why would someone steal our bikes?
Continental Army, DeKalb's Division.
This is the good German. Oh, somebody's on a motorcycle here.
A good German. You can hold it right here. Wait for him to pass.
We'll let him pass.
Some more of the huts up here.
Yeah, there's some more houses.
There, he's passing finally.
This is in the whole right district.
I wonder how many guys slept in there. I can't remember what the sign
I
said.
hope they liked each other if they were all sleeping in there. Yeah, look at them. This one here has got your air conditioning.
Yeah, that's
for
air
the summer.
conditioning. That's the summer hut.
Yeah, that's the one you want to sleep in the summer. You don't want to sleep in that sunbed. Look at this thing up here.
That's where
That's like Washington Square Arch.
Yeah, just like Washington Square. You know, that's the kind of thing, Sue, that I want when I pass away. That kind of thing right there. And it'll say, "In flights of angels, lead thee to thy rest." You know? Maybe you could have a statue of Venus or something, or Apollo, you know, something holding up the world. Nothing heavy. You know, I don't want anything heavy.
I'm gonna erect a statue of Priapus on your grave.
Oh, that's wonderful. We're going straight?
I guess.
Well, you can park that way.
I don't think we're gonna park.
We're not gonna park and get out and look at the massive arch.
Do you want to go up there?
Well, we could.
If we're gonna stop for anything, we might as well stop for that thing.
Well, that's just
I thought
like
we'd
the one in
watch
Washington
his
Square.
encampment.
Well, since I haven't been to Washington Square, it'd be good to see this one.
Father and I went down to camp. Where can we park here?
It's not like once we see this, we can't see anything else.
Jesus.
Look at the Masonic symbol on that thing.
Should we turn around? Sure.
Because George was a Mason.
Because this will probably take us back. Maybe. You want me to turn around?
I guess.
We'll park, right? And then,
Here we are at Washington's headquarters at Valley Forge, and Dave is doing what he does on every video, I think, that we take, talking on the cell phone. He's talking to Stecky. And I'm walking around the side, which is the kitchen, and Davey's taking a video also. There's the ovens. And I'm going in the exit here into the kitchen, which is separate from the house. There's the house up there. There's all the dishes and the table.
I don't live in this house.
And this cook oven. And there's a bread oven. There's the shelves up there with the goods on the shelves. And here's the passageway into the house. And they have it under construction or reconstruction right now. This is a house that was rented. So here outside the house, we're looking at the grounds again. I think Dave and Davey are on the other side. There's another door. And I just asked the docent what the other stone building was that is all blocked off. Let's see if I can get a shot of it. It's that building back there. And the bushes, which I don't know that it's going to come out that well. Anyway, it was the train station for the Reading Railroad. They used to bring passengers here to visit the tourist site. It was built in the late 1800s. There it is. You can see a little better. And I've only got 2 minutes left on this disc, so I'm going to shut this off for now. On this whole trip.
Waffle House is great trash, that's why.
It's great.
That's me.
Well, here we are in Maryland. We spent all of about 15 minutes or a half hour in Delaware, just enough to stop at the bank.
Got in a fight in the Waffle House recently.
And most of the time we spent in Delaware was spent in line at the toll booth to pay the $4 toll just to get out of the state.
He had to apologize or something, and like do community service.
Who did that? We are crossing over the Potomac River and crossing from Maryland into Virginia. It's a little low and a little rocky.
This is Virginia. What? This is Virginia. Should be a sign. Virginia welcomes you. Right there, Virginia.
I didn't see it.
It's right there.
This is the end of the tape, but I wanted to film this little waterfall. This path leads up to Harper's Ferry National Park. And next to the creek, it leads down to the lower town, which Davey's already gotten to the bottom. Well, here we are in Nashville. Music Row. Park on 2nd Avenue. I'll walk down Broadway. Cotton Eye Joe's.
It's kind of like their own version of the boulevard.
Here we are at the Ryman Auditorium. Let me walk around this pole so we can get a little bit better picture of the front. Right here in beautiful downtown Nashville. And Brian Wilson will be appearing there on November 10th. Here's the auditorium. Where countless people got their start. Davey's not too happy. He says it's too hot here. Legends Corner. Convention Center. There's Youngling again. Want to go across the street and walk? Yeah, I do. Well, let's go in the store first. Go in the gift shop. There's Davey, probably feeling much better in the shade. Look at Hank Williams looking out the window across the street. See? There's Hank. That's what I had last night. Good.
Reinstate Hank, the operator.
What happened with that?
What? They threw him out of what? The
operator.
Yeah, that's what I was saying.
What'd they throw him out for? Doing what? There's Ernest Tubbs Record Shop. Midnight Jamboree with the Opry Stars.
Because he used drums too or something.
Who? Make noise?
There's the Paradise Park Trailer Resort. I just noticed that the street signs, the signs that are hanging from the lamp posts, are about the debate that was last night right here in Nashville at Belmont University. Debate 08. We're back on 2nd Street, 2nd Avenue. Still have some time on the meter. So we're going to see what's on this street.
Alright.
Ready?
Ready to go.
Well, we are in Memphis, Tennessee, driving south on Interstate 55. We're going to be crossing into Mississippi, which we're going to spend the night. We have a coupon, and then tomorrow morning we're going to come back.
That's
We're going to go to Graceland tomorrow morning.
291.
And then see Beale Street, Lorraine Motel. We should be crossing the border very shortly, like a mile. Remember last year there was a whole bunch of construction. We came down to get gas.
Back to the March of the 1978 American Top 40 show. Comes over top of the hour and service of Soul Channel with Casey Kinsom.
Baby's getting ready to take a picture with his camera. Let's cross the state line.
Mississippi, but there it is, right here.
DeSoto County, Mississippi.
Welcome center.
I think there's a bigger sign over here, but
I don't know. He said Mississippi. He said DeSoto. There's big lots.
yep. There's the sign right there. Buckle up. It's 289. This is our exit. I better get the flashlight. Now we're at Graceland.
We're at Graceland.
In Memphis, Tennessee.
Memphis.
And there is no videotaping allowed in any of the attractions. So I'm getting my videotaping out of the way right now.
There it is.
Before we go in.
Thank you. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Very much. I think we go over here. This is probably where we should park anyways. I want to get my banana sandwiches and peanut butter banana. When your dreams is of a lifetime.
Huh?
Little sister.
Little sister.
Baby sister. Little sister. Bill, fetch me my diaper, would you, Chrissy? Could you fetch me my diaper?
Well, this is a lovely video I'm taking of the parking lot.
There's Elvis' tree house over there.
Elvis' tree house.
He's got a tree house. There he is up there.
Let me,
I'm going to take my jacket. You want your jacket?
That's the Heartbreak Hotel. No, I don't want my jacket. So I got to put the camera away. We are now by the Lorraine Motel in Memphis at the National Civil Rights Museum.
Memphis. Can I put the window up?
Yeah, go ahead and put the window up. And I will continue this when I get out. Welcome to Memphis. I'm videotaping Davey, videotaping me.
We're not going into the museum, right?
No.
We are.
No, we're not going to go inside on the tour.
You can't go everywhere.
Can afford it. Elvis cost us too much money.
Elvis cost us too much money.
That's what I'm saying.
You locked it, didn't you?
I didn't lock it.
I locked my door. I'm responsible.
It's Mulberry Street.
It says boycott the National Civil Rights Museum now.
Well, I wonder why. There's the sign that says the Lorraine Motel.
Stop worshiping the past, start living the dream. That's what it says.
Well, that makes sense.
Second fight, the first. Yeah.
See where they have the chain? So you can't walk in that spot. So we are going to be leaving this spot somewhere on one of those buildings, and maybe where that glass enclosure is in the corner of that building is where James Earl Ray stood to shoot Dr. Martin Luther King. We're down in the Beale Street Historic District. This is Peabody and 3rd. They've got music in the park. It's 2:20 on, I don't even know what day it is. October 10th, I think. You can see down there is the actual Beale Street.
Where we gonna get it?
I guess it just keeps flashing forever. Rum Boogie Cafe.
Elvis, listen to that shit.
I'm sorry. Live Delta Blues. There's Alfred's. Great food. Here we are on Beale Street. Interesting, it's just the front of a building. Beale Street, you can't drive down, they've got it all blocked off. Still on Beale Street. There's the B.B. King Blues Club and B.B. King's Company Store. Huh?
I'll leave it. I don't care. I'll leave here. I don't care.
Well, we just got on the Martin Luther King Expressway, and now we're getting on Interstate 40. And we're going to be crossing the Mississippi River very shortly, and we will be in Arkansas after that. Leaving Tennessee after what seems like a long time. There's St. Jude's. They've got our money. Danny Thomas Boulevard.
Danny Thomas Boulevard. It's funny, you said we didn't see Sun Records, we drove right by it.
Yeah. There's St. Jude's right there.
They treat all kids. They don't care who you are.
Danny Thomas is the founder.
You don't have to.
You know, I always thought it was in Nashville because Nashville's got the most hospitals. Okay, Davey, we're going across the river.
Ah, there it is. Look at this. Perfect. Oh, here goes the bridge.
Mississippi River Bridge. Just a half a mile from the Mississippi River. Home of the blues, birth of rock and roll. The sign hanging from the bridge.
Right in the middle of
Mississippi River.
Here is the natural state.
Well, even the Mississippi River looks low. A lot of sandbars.
Yeah, it does look dry.
Everything's dry. That is a mighty
Arkansas state line.
Okay, I'll be calling Stevie here. Here we are at the parking lot at the JFK Memorial by Deely Plaza.
That was not my fault. When I opened the door, the alarm went off.
Backside of Deely Plaza.
How's it going, buddy?
Here's the fence that they saw people's heads peeking over.
Same fence?
It's the same fence that I know of. Supposedly Woody Harrelson's dad was there.
Yeah.
They're right there?
Police traps. Yeah. You know who was arrested there? Woody Harrelson's dad.
Here you go, guys. Here's a JFK historical journal.
Then
window motor off the grassy knoll.
Yeah,
we've been here before. It's just he hasn't been here before.
Let me give you a quick spiel here. The windows in front of the building, there's 6 windows up there. The box in the window. You have a camera, down the corner, look up there, you'll see the box. The grassy knoll, this fence. Go to the back in the corner, there's a storm drain back of the fence where they believe another shooter shot. Okay? There's 2 X's down there in the middle of the road. Throat and fatal headshot. And the car came from that castle over there. See it? There. Came here to that corner and went down that road. These are souvenirs. They're for the 45th anniversary. $5 you like?
Yeah, it's a little steep. Sorry, thanks. I'm gonna put
the judge, I believe.
Woody Harrelson's dad.
Well, it's one of 2 things. Either Woody Harrelson's dad was going to jail, and or somebody else was going to jail. He went. They killed him to silence the judge.
Is there a bathroom around here? Look over the fence. There's the X in the street. Perfect shot from the fence. Yeah, I know. Dave's talking to the parking attendants while we're waiting for Davey. We're now from behind the grassy knoll area. Davey went looking for a bathroom. And that's the Texas School Book Depository building. You can't see it so well through the trees. The far corner upper, next to upper window is the supposed shooter window. Trees were much smaller back in 1963. I'm running out of tape in 5 minutes. Davey back, crossing the street in front of the old book depository. Yeah, Kennedy's motorcade came around this corner here and down the middle of the street. I don't know why, if it came this way down the street, why he wouldn't have shot out the window at him head on.
Yes, yes.
Okay, here's the X. Just drove over it, and his car took off and flew underneath this underpass. We're going 35 south. 30, yeah, this way.
35 east and 30 what?
30 west.
It's 30 west.
We're going to Fort Worth. Exit only. So that's what we want. We're leaving the Big D.
He said that Ranger home are the sons and daughters of the fighting bulldogs.
We're in Ranger, Texas. Just off there. This is what it is, Ranger, Texas. Not Texas Ranger. There's the Roaring Ranger Oil Boom Museum. I think it was an oil.
Everything's a museum.
I think it was an oil boom and then an oil bust.
It is an antique mall.
That's right.
But most probably any new money that you
I
put
think
into
the whole
this
town is an
large
antique.
degree, it's just going to
Look at
go into
nothing's
survival
open.
mode,
Hey,
or it's going to go
Dollar
it's gonna
General.
make up
Cafe's open.
mistakes that have
Let's
already
go in
been
there and
made.
ask.
Senior
So one
Citizen
idea,
Center.
This came from a friend of mine, Todd Plutzman.
Let's go
And I actually think it
down
sounded
and
crazy
ask
when you
where
first
your
said it, but it
uncle
actually
is.
sounds like a really good idea. Is take that $700 million.
Yeah, hey,
and
there's
what
old
the problem
HJ.
is
He can,
we're
maybe
not
it's
trying
my
to save the
relative.
financials, we're trying to save the pipes. It goes from the top to the end.
We're climbing the hill to go to Evergreen Cemetery. In the 1920s, 50,000 people lived here, and my relatives were part of that.
At the very least, this is information that
to the
should
right.
not be part of an NIE, and it should not be part of the planning for the war.
There
By
it is.
that time, by the time you get to
At least there's a turn to it.
the Army's already on the way to the desert. This has become part of the
Sunset.
Part of
Hey, it's at the corner of Sunset.
and
Ooh,
we
and
did
skunk.
raise- I raised it a week
Sunset
before
and
the
skunk.
You're gonna find
They
it
had
there.
a
What
palace
year did he
Saddam was
die?
building and hiding these weapons. And the wonderful bit
1962.
about putting them on trucks is if if you go to a place and it's not there, you say, well, he drove it away. So
Pretty big cemetery.
It justified all.
Right here is the grave of my mother's uncle, Uncle Oak. And we got here and the little marker was all messed up and the letters were scattered. All we could find was James Oakey, M-A-T, and then the N-Y. So there's no H-E, and we found all the numbers for the years and fixed those. But there's nothing to keep that cover on, so I'm sure that they'll eventually all be lost. Davey's looking for him. And he's next to his sister, Myrtle Matheny Sturm, wife of Ansel Sturm. She died in 1928. And there's Ansel's father and mother, Leora, father A.L. This is probably a brother, Forrest. Paul.
Well, we're amazed that we could come up here and find this damn thing. When we come over and ask the young man there,